time to go fishing with Bama'S Outdoors. What's going on, guys? Bama'S Outdoors back with you again today, and we are out bass fishing, doing a little bank yanking, and we are currently at a lake that's pretty close to my house, and there's only a couple spots that you can actually get to the edge that's clear. That's on the dam and on this one little spot I'm standing right now. The rest of the lake has bicycle trails around it, but the bicycle trails are way away from the edge of the bank. So in order to get down to these banks and get to some good spots to catch some fish, we are going to have to do some serious bushwhacking to get through there. I went yesterday and caught poison ivy, got stung by 2 yellow jackets, and my legs just got totally shredded. So today I was a little smarter and I decided to wear some pants. And you might be asking yourself, well, why don't you bring the kayak and get out there and do some fishing? Well, to be honest with you, nothing would make me happier than to be able to bring my kayak over here and get out in this lake. But currently you are not allowed to have any kind of boat in this lake. There are big fish in here. Like I said, it's really close to my... Ooh, y'all see that? Look at that. I just had one bust it, dude, right here while I was talking. Look at that. Holy smokes, dude. Just sitting here talking to you guys, and that freaking bass came up and crushed that Gary Yamamoto Cinco right off that little stick. But this, like I said, this lake is filled with bass, and in order to get to those spots, we're going to have to tread the woods to get to them. It's going to take a long time, but we're going to try to get some good footage today. If this is any sign of what we have to expect for the day, that's a good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign off here, start hitting the woods, and try to get over there and find some spots. I'm looking down here in the water right here, man. I see 4 bass right there. Pretty decent sized bass. Not huge, but you know, decent. A little bigger than this one. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please take a minute to subscribe if you enjoy fishing videos, outdoor related videos, hiking, how-to videos. You know the scoop, guys. We would be so grateful for your support. Stick around. I hope we have a great day, and let's go do some fishing. All right, guys, we walked probably about a 1/4 of a mile since the last time I did a little video clip. This brush is absolutely insane. Wild holly bushes. It's nuts. And somehow or another, I got to find a way to get across this little creek right here. Spider webs, poison ivy everywhere. And I have no idea how I'm going to do this. But I need to find some way to get across without getting wet. I really don't want to get wet today, considering how far I'm going to have to walk. This looks like a good spot. The reason I'm out here today, really, well, number 1 to fish, but number 2, we're like, tomorrow the hurricane rains are supposed to come. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot, but either way, I know I'm going to have 2 or 3 days there where we're not going to be able to do any fishing, so I wanted to get out here and try to do some fishing today. Whew. And it's blazing hot out here. The humidity's out of control. Here's one little stretch that I fished yesterday. Didn't get any bites here. Well, there goes a bass right there, so 2 bass. Heck, it's worth a shot. Let's set up down here and make a few casts. See if we can't sneak up on a couple of these smaller fish. See if we can't get one to... See if we can't get one to come over and investigate. Oh, here comes a real little one. He's gonna drill it. Oh, if he didn't. He came right up to it and looked at it, but he didn't hit it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in each spot because I've got so many spots I've got to try. So if I don't see anything and if I don't get some sort of action within a, 2 or 3 casts, I'm moving on. Well guys, I managed to make it over to these trees. There's a big old fish sitting out there, and I was actually casting out for it. And this little guy came and got it before the big fish could even get its eye on it. But either way, it's a fish. The bigger fish is still there. He didn't seem to be too spooked, so I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to ease down here and put him back in the water and go back over there and see if we can't get that fish that's a little bigger. There you go, bud. Let's go back over and see if we can't snag that bigger fish. Right out here between these 2 logs, I'm dropping some next gen baits out in there, and I'm dropping some Senkos out there too. And I had that bigger fish on the line just a minute ago. And I couldn't set the hook because I was standing over there and I was in an awkward position. I don't know if we'll get him to bite again, but we're going to stay here and try a few more times. It makes me sick at my stomach, dude. You don't get too many chances to catch decent fish, so when you get the chance, man, you need to have your ducks in a row. And I did not have my ducks in a row. Probably been doing a little bit too much trout fishing. I'm just getting back into my bass fishing again, so we're going to stay here and we're going to make a few more casts. See if we can't get him. He's not much bigger, but by gosh, we got him. We had to work on him for about 10 minutes. So that's a good deal. Not a real big fish, but considering the conditions that we're fishing in, that hurricane's about to hit, and I bet you it's every bit of 96 degrees out here, and I'm just fortunate enough to have found some shade, and that's what I'm looking for to find these fish. But we're going to put him back and keep on trucking. We got a lot of lake to cover. Hopefully we can find some more areas with some of this fallen timber in it. It's probably some of the best fishing for me. I love fishing timber and everything. So thanks for watching, guys, and we're going to put him back and get going again. Look at that. On fire, on fire. Just went around this corner and saw 3 fish. I threw it off in the water probably, geez, I bet it wasn't but maybe about 2 feet off in the water. Caught this little guy. Whew, we probably walked a mile in the brush. I'm gonna get this guy loose. A lot of lake left. Oh man, I'm worn out. Sweating like a dickens. But not a big fish, but nevertheless, it's a fish. We're having a good time. First time I've ever fished this lake like this. 4 fish so far, guys. We might be halfway down this one side of this lake, but I'm looking back there and I see a lot of wood laying in the water, which keeps me pretty optimistic about what we can do. I just had a bite, just a tip, just barely bumped it. Now this place has a gigantic bluegill in here. If y'all watched my previous video, I did a video on catching giant bluegill. Well, this is the lake I caught them out of, and I was fishing off the dam. That was before I got brave enough to try to walk through all this brush and try to get to these banks, but I knew sooner or later, the way I am, I'm gonna get out there because I can't hardly stand it. Alright guys, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I hung a big fish just a minute ago and it got me wrapped down around one of the limbs and broke my leader off. So I'm going straight braid. I've only got 15-pound P-line braid on here. I hope it doesn't affect the fish from biting. But two consecutive casts, I had bites out there. And this is my first cast with just the braid. But I knew there'd be some fish out here. I knew there'd be some fish on this tree. And that was a big old fish I had a minute ago. And he got it and he ran straight down and got me wrapped around a limb. We're gonna keep, something just hit it. Something's got it. Something hit it again. There's one. That's a little guy. This might be a bluegill. No, it's a little bass. I thought it was a bluegill. This straight braid though, man. Straight braid. Might be the way we have to fish this lake. Sometimes you can get away with it. Other times you need to, have a leader on. And we did have a leader on earlier. Come on, boy. Whew. Man. So it doesn't look like the braid's going to affect them. That's good. I have walked as far as I can. I can't get any closer to the lake. The brush has gotten so thick toward the back end. I tried. It was just about to wipe me out. So I probably got a good 30-minute walk, maybe a little bit less, to get back to a spot that I skipped earlier because the sun was blaring down on it. And it was a tree that I caught a couple fish on the other day. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that tree. If I ever make it back, and I hope I don't get lost. So y'all hang around just for a few more minutes until I get back to that tree, and we'll fish just for a little while longer. Whew. Then I'm shutting it down, guys, after that. 30 minutes later, we've made it back to the tree that I skipped earlier. I'm still out of breath. Had to take a minute, wipe all the sweat off of me. I'm just not cut out for that kind of stuff. Whew. But, we're out here doing this to make sure you guys get some good footage and stuff. And this is a little different than usual. We've done bank fishing, but we've never done fishing like this, to where we've had to go through so much deep brush and stuff. It's just insane. Whew. I had to get out of there. I saw a freaking bear. A big freaking bear. I couldn't even imagine how big it was. It had to be, holy smokes, I don't know, maybe 600 pounds, maybe bigger than that. But it just kind of looked at me for a minute and just stuck its nose back down to the ground and started walking off. So I tiptoed my way out of there. Hair standing up on the back of my neck. Scared to freaking death, dude. I didn't know where that sucker was. He camouflaged himself so well in the woods. And so, holy smokes, I want to say thank you for watching, guys. I want to say thank God that I didn't get bit by a bear. I hope you enjoyed our trip. Sorry we didn't catch many fish, but we got more Bama'S Outdoors adventures coming. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Woo! As always, God bless and happy fishing. See you again next time, guys.